Tonight we start by taking a look at dance marathons and Mardi Gras celebrating around the plains. Then we'll inform you about the Black Student Union's 40th anniversary along with a day dedicated to public relations.
We'll also take a look nationally by updating you on arrests made as a result of a shooting that took place in Kansas City, along with the United States input on the death of a Russian opposition leader. Finally, you'll get an Auburn sports update and a pop culture update brought to you by Eagle Eye's Brett Fouts. All of that and more is coming up next on Eagle Eye's Monday News at 6. Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Beauman. And I'm Jack Sublette. AUDM hosted their main event on Saturday, benefiting Piedmont Hospital in Columbus, the local Children's Miracle Network hospital. The main event is a dance marathon that lasts 12 hours. This year, AUDM has raised $356,036.24. Eagle Eye TV reporter Ava Marquise is here to tell us more.
Auburn University has laced up their sneakers for another year of dance marathon as participants get ready to stay on their feet for over 10 hours to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network through their annual main event. Let's take a look.
I'm Emma, I'm a junior, and I've been a part of Dance Marathon since I was a freshman, and I've been on morale for the past 2 years. My favorite part about Dance Marathon is main event, getting to see all the Miracle families and the final number flip for all the hard work of fundraising we've been doing all year.
And hard work it is. Participants have met weekly over the last 10 months to practice what they call their color team line dance to prepare for their biggest fundraiser in February of each year. Fitness instructors, musicians, and more also donate their time to provide activities to keep participants up and moving.
So we fundraise money for our local Children's Miracle Network hospital at Dance Marathon. It's in Columbus, Georgia, and we do it for our Miracle kids. It benefits all of them, and right now we're actually fundraising to help them build a standalone children's hospital. We have so many fun events that go on throughout the day when we hang out with our Miracle kids, listen to them speak, do the line dance.
This year, the college aimed to raise $300,000 to go toward constructing the new standalone Bill and Olivia Amos Children's Hospital at Piedmont Columbus Regional. I'm here with Marie Hilliard, who is the Director of Community Engagement for Auburn University Dance Marathon. Just tell me a little bit about how today went.
Today was so fun. We've spent all year planning for it, pretty much since last March or April, but it was just so fun to get to be in the ballroom in the Student Center for all 12 hours today, raise lots of money for a cause that's just so much bigger than every single one of us, and then have fun doing it.
The university surpassed their goal by raising an extraordinary $356,036.24. This has been Ava Marchese, Eagle Eye TV.
The Black Student Union is celebrating 40 years as an on-campus organization here at Auburn. According to BSU, their mission is to represent the interests and concerns of black students at Auburn University. Eagle Eye TV's Trinity Love attended the 40th anniversary commemorative dinner.
We're here at the Student Activities Center where BSU is hosting an anniversary dinner. The Black Student Union hosted a dinner to celebrate its 40th anniversary. This formal event honored many, including the first black student at Auburn University.
Harold and Franklin graduated from Alabama State College in 1962 with a degree in government and psychology. In late 1963, he applied to Auburn and was denied admission. With the help of civil rights attorney Fred Gray, he was able to prove that he was denied admission because of his race. He was admitted to Auburn University as a graduate student in 1964, and his time at Auburn sadly was spent in isolation.
A couple members shared how BSU has impacted their lives as an Auburn student.
BSU was kind of the stepping stone of me starting my Auburn involvement career. It made me pretty comfortable to speak here at Auburn just to friends and peers, but also other people that I don't know, and get me involved in other organizations.
When I first got on Auburn's campus, I felt really isolated, really alienated, and as I started getting more and more involved, especially with BSU, I found my people.
The mission of BSU is to represent the interests and concerns of black students at Auburn University. With Eagle Eye TV, I'm Trinity Love.
When we come back, we'll provide more updates of on-campus happenings from around this past week. You're watching Eagle Eye News at 6.
Auburn Outdoors hosted Decades Climb Night at the Recreation Center. Participants came dressed as their favorite decade and helped the rec prepare for the Auburn Ascent climbing competition. Eagle Eye's Brett Fouts was on the scene to tell us more.
Auburn Outdoors is hosting their Decades Climb Night here tonight at the Auburn Recreational Center as the rec is preparing to host their Auburn Ascent climbing tournament starting tomorrow. So tonight, climbers are coming out dressed in decades of all various sorts and climbing for one last time on these prepared routes. That's right. Auburn Ascent is returning for the first time in 4 years. So in celebration, Auburn Outdoors decided to host Decades Night at the climbing wall inside the Auburn Recreational Center. Auburn Ascent is a rock climbing competition held by Auburn Outdoors and is welcome to climbers of any experience. To learn more about Decades Night, we spoke with the organizer of the event. I'm Brett Fouts here with Eagle Eye TV, and today I'm with Anna of Auburn Outdoors, and we're talking a little bit about what's going on at the rec center tonight. So, Anna, can you tell us a little bit about you?
Yeah, I'm with Auburn Outdoors. We're the outdoor program here at Auburn University, and tonight we're having Decades Climb Night.
And so can you tell us a little bit about what Decades Climb Night is?
Yeah, so we are going to be taking all of the holds off the wall tomorrow in preparation for our climbing competition, Auburn Ascent. And this is the last night that some of these routes, as we call them on the climbing wall, have been up for a really long time. Decades, if you will. So it's just kind of a nod before we take all of the memories and the fun down as we prepare for new routes to go up for our competition.
And can you tell us a little bit more about Auburn Ascent, maybe?
Yeah, so Auburn Ascent, this is the first time, like I said, in 4 years that we've had this competition. We're having students from all over the Southeast come and compete against Auburn students in Auburn's climbing club. There's 3 heats, recreational, intermediate, and advanced.
All right, I think that's all we got. Thank you so much, Anna.
It's no secret that the University Program Council throws the best parties on campus, so of course they amped up the student involvement even further by bringing Mardi Gras to the Plains. Eagle Eye's Jack Sublette reports.
We're here at the Mellon Student Center, where the University Program Council is throwing a Mardi Gras celebration. To celebrate, guests can decorate masks, create their own bracelets, and even indulge in some king cake. To learn more, we spoke with the event organizers.
We really just wanted to bring Mardi Gras up here to Auburn and allow students to experience something that maybe they haven't before. You know, there's only a few of us from Mobile and New Orleans who actually have done Mardi Gras for real here in Auburn. So we really just kind of wanted to bring it up here and give students the opportunity to kind of enjoy some culture, some Southern culture, and just kind of really enjoy a great time, because Mardi Gras is one of our favorite traditions down south. We love it so much, and so we just kind of wanted to let Auburn experience that.
Yeah, so we brought the spirit of Mardi Gras here with all of our different activities and food and kind of the decorations here. So it kind of started off, we have our crawfish boil back here as well as some king cakes, and so those were brought from Mobile, and then also we had a group bring in the crawfish, which was really great, but then we also incorporated it with all of our different activities. So we have a space where you can make necklaces and bracelets, like the beads that get thrown out of Mardi Gras, as well as we have masks for masquerade, and then also a bunch of different colored balloons and tablecloths and everything kind of to tie in that Mardi Gras spirit here at Auburn.
For Eagle Eye TV, this is Jack Sublette. Formerly known as Public Relations Day, the PR Spring Speaker Series welcomes students and special guests to the Melton Student Center on February 16th for a morning of professional insight. The event was moderated by Auburn alum and social media director of UPS, Chelsea Grund. The Interview 101 panel consisted of Auburn alum and founder of the Estes Group, Kaylee Estes, a Jackson Spalding Human Resource Associate, Emily Rock. Hosted by the Public Relations Advisory Council, the event offered public relations students the opportunity to expand their skill sets through a question and answer session, the opportunity to network with industry professionals, and an in-depth LinkedIn workshop. This past Thursday, the Auburn University Minorities in Technology Student Organization hosted the event Break Into Tech. This event was dedicated to developing students into becoming skilled software testers. Software testing is in high demand right now, and that demand is only continuing to grow, making it an excellent career choice for students. The skill set is accessible to diverse backgrounds, whether or not they came into the event with prior coding or developer experience. This event allowed them to gain real experience in the field and to help develop their technical prowess. When we come back, we'll update you nationally on a Kansas City shooting, followed by an Auburn sports update and pop culture update. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader. 2 teenagers in custody in connection with the deadly shooting during the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl celebration rally have been charged. Gene Sullivan has the new details we're learning about this horrific tragedy.
The dark night sky lit up by candles Thursday as dozens of people showed their support for the victims of Wednesday's mass shooting in Kansas City, mourning together.
We're sad, we're heartbroken, but most of all, we're angry.
A stark contrast to the chaos and terror from earlier this week. Shots rang out during the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl celebration rally, killing one person, injuring more than 20 others, including children, and terrifying thousands in attendance. While the city grapples with grief, investigators have arrested 2 teens in connection with Wednesday's deadly shooting. Authorities say both teens face gun-related and resisting arrest charges, and that more charges could be filed as the investigation is ongoing. Their names are not being released because they're juveniles.
We're all hurting in our own way. We're all grieving in some way. In the face of darkness, our resilience will shine brightly.
The woman killed in Wednesday's attack was popular radio DJ Lisa Lopez Galvin. Her brother says she was a huge Chiefs fan who just wanted to celebrate their big win with her family, including her son, who was injured in the shooting.
Lisa absolutely was an amazing woman, great mother, great sister, great friend.
On Friday, the Chiefs, in partnership with other groups, launched and donated $200,000 to a fund supporting victims and their families. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
U.S. and world leaders are reacting to reports that Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny has died in prison. Russian prison authorities claim the 47-year-old outspoken critic of Russian President Vladimir Putin suffered a, quote, sudden death Friday at the penal colony where he was incarcerated north of the Arctic Circle. Navalny led nationwide anti-Kremlin protests for more than a decade and at one time ran for office to challenge the Russian establishment. It was a quest for change that made him the target of arrests and a poisoning that nearly killed him over the years. He was imprisoned in Siberia, serving a 19-year sentence for extremism. Laura Aguirre has more reaction and where the White House is pointing fingers.
I'm literally both not surprised and outraged by the news.
Whatever story they tell, let us be clear, Russia is responsible.
President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris putting the blame for opposition leader Alexei Navalny's death directly on Russian President Vladimir Putin. An accusation that's crossing party lines, with Republican Nikki Haley posting on X, "Putin did this." News of Navalny's death came from Russian prison authorities early Friday morning. They claim he fell ill and died after taking a walk at the Siberian penal colony where he was imprisoned. However, just hours earlier on Thursday, Navalny attended a Russian court hearing via video link, where he smiled and even appeared to joke with the judge. On Valentine's Day, he posted his last message on Telegram to his wife, Yulia, professing his love across the miles between them. She's at a security conference in Munich, where she urged the international community to fight against Putin's horrific regime, saying they will be punished for what they have done. They will be brought to justice, and that this day will come soon. President Biden honored Navalny as a man dedicated to building a Russia where the rule of law applied fairly to everyone.
We're going to continue his work despite this loss, despite all of Putin's desperate attempts to stamp out the opposition.
CNN once asked Navalny why he would risk losing everything, even his own life, to keep challenging Putin.
The choice is very simple. You are either scared or you go on. I chose to go on a long time ago.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
When we return, Eagle Eye's Mackenzie Deutschman will give you an Auburn sports update, followed by a consumer and box office watch with Brett Fouts. Stay tuned for more.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Mackenzie Deutschman, here to give you a recap on what happened in sports this past week here on the Plains. Let's get right into it. Starting out with men's basketball, Auburn had a strong start to the week, crushing number 11 South Carolina by a whole 40 points in a final score of 101-61. Jalen Williams scored 23 points and Janai Broom right behind him with a total of 21 to make Wednesday night's game the Tigers' most lopsided game over a ranked team. The Tigers moved forward, coming off their two massive wins against Alabama and South Carolina, but unfortunately ended their SEC win streak to Kentucky Wildcats last Saturday in Neville Arena. The environment was electric, including a visit from College Game Day and a packed student section. However, the Tigers struggled to make their shots, and forward Jalen Williams suffered a knee injury, but is expected to return this season. Auburn never took the lead from Kentucky, ending the game with a score of 70-59. Auburn is 43-3 for home games in the jungle over the last 3 seasons and will now hit the road to play the Georgia Bulldogs this Saturday at 5 p.m. The game will be streamed live on the SEC Network. Continuing with hoops coverage, Auburn women's basketball also played the Kentucky Wildcats this past week for the Play for K Pink game right at home in Neville Arena. The Tigers came out on top with a score of 78-50. Taylon Collins proved she was not only a great defender, but also dominated offensively and was named player of the game with 19 points. However, the Tigers were not as successful in Tuscaloosa, where they lost to the Alabama Crimson Tide with a score of 67-61. Auburn will stay on the road as they travel to Louisiana for a Tigers vs. Tigers rematch against LSU. Last time these teams played, Auburn defeated LSU in an upset. The game will be this Thursday at 8 p.m. and will be streamed live on the SEC Network. I'm sure it's one you won't want to miss. Now on to Diamond Sports. This past weekend was opening day on the Plains for Auburn baseball, with a 3-series matchup against Eastern Kentucky. The Tigers had a clean sweep, going 3-0 against the Colonels. Number 24, Carson Myers, a transfer from the University of Alabama Birmingham, made the most of his debut here on the Plains. Myers was not only named player of the game on Sunday, but also SEC's pitcher of the week. Myers will take on some old friends as Auburn plays the University of Alabama Birmingham next here at Plainsman Park tomorrow at 6 p.m. The game will be streamed live on the SEC Network. That's all I've got for athletics on the Plains for tonight. Tune in tomorrow at 7 right here on Eagle Eye TV for more sports coverage. I'm Mackenzie Deutschman for Eagle Eye Sports, and you are watching Eagle Eye News at 6. We'll be right back.
Take it for Eagle Eye.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Brett Fouts here with your pop culture update. Does the winter weather have you dreaming of getting away? Now's a great time to book a cruise and score some big deals. This may be especially appealing to Auburn students who may be looking to vacation on a broke college kid budget. Jen Sullivan explains why in today's Consumer Watch.
It's time to start cruising for a deal. Major cruise companies are offering big discounts right now. It's known as wave season.
Wave season is the time of year when the entire cruise industry goes on sale.
Wave season starts in January and runs through the beginning of March. You don't need to travel right now to score the deals. Travel expert Emily Kaufman says you can book a cruise all the way through 2025. You just need to book the trip now. So, what kind of deals are we seeing?
They've got added value offers with things like 2-for-1 sailing, cabin category upgrades, credits to be used on board.
From river cruises to luxury ships, anywhere around the world, this is the time to score discounts. Right now, Norwegian Cruise Lines is offering a 2-for-1 deal. That's on many of their cruises, even the European destinations. They're also offering a savings of $1,000 for free 3rd or 4th guests on select dates. Royal Caribbean Cruises boast up to $700 off, plus 60% off a second guest, and kids sail for free. MSC is offering 40% off and up to $400 onboard credit, but that deal only lasts until February 20th. Kaufman says cruises are a great way for families to save.
For one price, you get your accommodations, your meals, your activities on board.
If you are booking for a future trip, keep in mind that prices will be even cheaper if you book during an off-season time. And of course, you do have to factor in flights if you have to fly to the port city where the cruise departs from. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
2 new movies gave the slumping box office some life, meaning there are opportunities for students to get away from their studies and indulge in some great films. Bob Marley, One Love, debuted #1 in the box office. The music biopic easily beat out the superhero flick Madam Web in the opening weekend for both films. David Daniel has the early estimates for the top 5 films in theaters Friday through Sunday.
The second installment of Season 4 of The Chosen, episodes 4 through 6, debuted in 5th place with $3.4 million. The animated adventure Migration rose to 4th place on ticket sales of $3.8 million. Argyle fell to 3rd place, taking in $4.7 million. The superhero origin story Madam Web opened in 2nd place, grossing $15.2 million.
We're jamming. The thing that jamming was a thing of the past.
Bob Marley, One Love, a look at the reggae icon, was jammin' with $27.7 million, easily debuting #1. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Thank you, Brett. Well, we're out of time, but for more Auburn news, head over to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, and check out our social media pages. I'm Beauman.
And I'm Jack Sublette. Thank you for watching, and War Eagle.